At 13 years old, he already had talent. That was not the problem. The problem was something else. His body was not growing the way it was supposed to. Doctors found a growth hormone deficiency. That meant treatment, not one injection, not 1 month. Regular injections, month after month, year after year. And serious money for a family that could not afford to wait forever. On the field, he looked special. Off the field, he was a small boy who needed help, and if no one paid for that help, his future in football could end before it ever truly began. He grew up in Rosario, Argentina, a city where children played football anywhere. There was space for a ball, in the street, in the yard, on small pitches. He was shorter than the others, quieter than the others. He did not look like the kind of boy people instantly imagine as a future star. But the moment the ball reached his feet, everything changed. He moved past older boys as if they were slower than him. The ball did not bounce away. It did not escape him. It seemed to obey. Coaches saw it. His father saw it. People around him saw it. But seeing talent is not the same as protecting it. The treatment was expensive. At first, his family tried to manage it. Then it became harder. His father worked in a factory. His mother worked too. They were not waiting for fame. They were trying to keep a chance alive. And every month, that chance had a cost. Clubs in Argentina knew about him. They could see he was different. They could talk about his future. They could say he had something special. But paying for the treatment was another thing. Taking responsibility for a child was another thing. Risking money on a boy who was still small, still growing, still unproven, was a different decision, and no one was rushing to make it. So his father took him to Spain, to Barcelona, not because a contract was waiting, not because everything was ready, but because back home, the chance was getting smaller. If they stayed where they were, the story might end quietly, not with failure on a field, not with one terrible mistake, just with bills, waiting, and a body that needed help faster than the world was willing to decide. In Barcelona, they put him on the field, and almost immediately it became clear. This boy did not play like an ordinary child. He was small, but he thought fast. He did not have the strength of an older player, but he saw space before the others did. He did not look dangerous until the ball came to him. The people watching were impressed. Some of them knew they were seeing something rare, but being impressed is not the same as making a decision, because the club had to think about more than talent, the treatment, the move, the cost. A boy from another continent, a family waiting for an answer, a risk that might lead nowhere. And while the adults were thinking, the family waited, day after day, without a clear answer, without a signature, without a guarantee. For the boy, it may have felt like waiting. For his father, it was much heavier. He saw his son on the field. He saw how he came alive with the ball. He saw that the chance existed. But he also saw the bills, the treatment, the uncertainty, a foreign country, and a club that saw the talent, but still had not said a final yes. At some point, waiting began to sound like rejection. If they could not decide now, maybe they never would. If they were not ready to take the risk, maybe it was time to go back. Back to Argentina. Back to a life where his son would remain a talented boy people once talked about. A boy people once said could have become great, but never did. Not because he lacked talent, but because no one took responsibility in time. That day, the conversation did not happen in a stadium, not in a dressing room, not in front of the stands. They were sitting at a table in Barcelona. The father wanted clarity. The agents wanted an answer. The club finally had to say whether it would take the boy or let him go. The problem was simple. There was no official document nearby, no prepared contract, no form, nothing that looked serious enough for a decision of that size. There was only a napkin, an ordinary napkin from the table. A thin piece of paper that, on any other day, no one would have kept. But this time, they pushed it closer. Someone took a pen and began to write. A few lines, the date, the city, the names of the people at the table, and most importantly, a promise. Not, we will think about it. Not, we will come back to this later. Not, we will let you know. A written commitment under the responsibility of someone willing to say, I take this risk on myself, even if others disagree, even if there are doubts inside the club, even if the boy is too small, even if his treatment will cost money, even if the decision looks strange, right here, on a napkin. When the text was finished, it looked almost absurd. A child's future on paper that could be crushed in one hand. But for his family, it was the first real yes. Not a smile, not a compliment after training, not words about great talent, a signature. He picked up the napkin and read the text one more time. In Barcelona, on the 14th of December, 2000, in the presence of Mr. Minghella and Mr. Gaggioli, Carlos Rexa, under his responsibility, and regardless of any dissenting opinions, agrees to sign the player, Lionel Messi. After that, Messi stayed in Barcelona. The club helped pay for his treatment. He entered the academy. In 2004, he made his debut for the first team. He became the most important player in Barcelona's history. With the club, he won Spanish League titles, the Champions League, Ballon d'Ors, and records that once seemed impossible. Later, he left Barcelona, played in Paris, then moved to the United States, and in 2022, he lifted the World Cup with Argentina. 23 years after that evening, the same napkin was put up for auction. It sold for nearly $1 million. But on the day it was signed, it was not a relic. It was an answer. For a father who could not wait any longer. For a club that finally took the risk. And for a 13-year-old boy whose future once fit on an ordinary napkin.